Okay guys, PD Tech here with a little sneak peek of the new DJI Neo 2. So this has been released early for the Chinese market. I think it was released yesterday, 30th of October. And we're not going to see a global release, especially in the UK, till around November 13th. Maybe a little bit after or a little bit before then. So all we've got to go off at the moment is a few little teaser videos that have been released from China, and this is one I found. So just let's take a look at the Neo 2. So this is the second generation of the Neo. I bought the first Neo last year, and I think it was £169 for the drone only. I wish I'd got the control and the batteries though, really, because it's very limited with the drone only. So there you are, it's holding the box, and this is a fly more combo. So you get the controller, N3 controller, you get the drone with the little transceiver unit on the back, and you get the 3 batteries in this pack as well. So bear in mind, this is the kit with the video transmission system, and if you want any decent sort of range or you want to use a controller, you're going to need that. It's available as an accessory, but it's in this kit. So there's the QR code for the Fly app to set yourself up with it, and there we go, unboxing. That looks like a controller in there. So you notice it's a darker grey, the same darker grey as the Mini 5 Pro. So that's a nice little feature. Notice the little transceiver thing on the back with the 2 aerials. Notice the little fisheye lenses top and bottom at the back there. So it's got obstacle avoidance. Notice the prop shape as well. You see how the little unit on the back fixes on. It's got like 4 screws. So that can be taken off. So the battery goes on the top, not underneath. Notice the fins, there's lots of heat sinking fins there. I think it's a bigger capacity battery, but look at those prop shape, interesting. So there's compared to the old Neo, so it's a lot bigger. The props look bigger as well. The ducts are definitely bigger. Yeah, it's longer, it's wider, it's a little bit more substantial, and the camera's a little bit bigger. Look, it's got I think it's a 2-axis gimbal on the Neo 2. It's just a 1-axis gimbal on the Neo. So that's interesting. Look at the sensors on the front. It's got a LiDAR sensor on the right of the camera, and then on the left, it looks like some kind of display with so you've got some buttons there. Look down the side. So you've got 3 buttons, it's going to be like a menu system on the screen at the front, up, down, and then select. So it's showing you the RC-N3 controller, which you need if you want to get any range out of it. You plug your phone in there, look. We've seen those before. So this comes with the charging cable. You get the 3 hub battery charging unit with the 2 extra batteries there. So you get 3 batteries total. I think that's pretty good value as well, because they're over £100, these batteries. Remember the first Neo, I think they're about £35 the batteries. So these are a lot more expensive, these accessories. Just showing you all what you get in a pack. So I think if I was going to buy, I would get this pack. I think I made a mistake last time just buying the drone only. It was cheaper, £169. I thought, yeah, I can cope with just the phone, but it's very limited. You can't alter any of the camera settings, and the range is very limited. So they're showing you the little video transmission gadget on the back. It just plugs into the USB-C, and then it has like a through port underneath, so you can charge it and everything while that's connected. So that's going to give you, I'm guessing it's OcuSync, like 04 OcuSync, so it's going to give you more range and better FPV experience. So there's the through port at the bottom, look, where you charge the drone and stuff. So it powers through that port there. Yeah, so there's a little display on the left of the camera. Look, that's going to be a little indicator display telling you what mode you're in. So I'm guessing, look at that, it's a 2-axis gimbal. I'm guessing it's going to be gesture control, voice control, and like a little button on the side where you can press and select different modes. And it's the other sensor on the front, on the right of the camera, is the LiDAR, I think, sensor, and it's got like a little LED indicator. So it's showing you flying here, look. So you can see you get that FPV sort of view now. There's the speeds of it. And you can charge all three with, if you get the right charger, all three batteries. So he does quite a few little flight tests on this. He's going to test the follow function here. So he's taken the little video transmission unit off the back, and he's just using it without the manual. He's just sort of figuring it out for himself, you know, like just pressing the buttons on the side, and it seems to be fairly intuitive and quite easy to use. It tells you what mode you're in there on the left hand side, a little display screen, which is quite handy. So that replaces the little LED light that was on top of the old Neo with the little button that you pressed for different functions. There's a close-up of it there, look. It's got Chinese symbols on there, but that, you know, that'll tell you what mode you're in and things like that. So it's handy. And that 2-axis gimbal, that's a lot better, isn't it? It looks like a more substantial drone to me as well. So it's gonna handle the wind better. It's actually got level 5 wind resistance as opposed to level 4 for the old Neo. So level 5 is meant to be equivalent to the Mini 5 Pro. But I always thought the level 4 wind resistance on the original Neo was nothing like the original Mavic Mini was level 4, and that could withstand, you know, really gusty winds. I've never had any problems with that. And yet the Neo, that just anything more than a breeze, and it's just getting blown around all over the place, really. So hopefully this drone's got a lot better wind resistance. That's my main sort of negative about the Neo. It looks very unstable in the wind. It gets blown around a lot, so it's avoiding those bushes there. Notice how it's swung out away from those little branches. So it's detecting them and then going around them, which is quite handy. So it's quite a narrow gap really as well. You've got a wall. So it goes around this corner, follows him around the corner. And then he sort of turns around. And it's always sort of pointing at him and following him, which is really good. Yeah, so I mean that's a really good test, and watch how it avoids the little washing line thing. Although he does, yeah, it clipped it. He sort of cut the video, but it did clip it, but it got past it. And that's the good thing about the prop protectors as well, and the prop guards. It's not going to get tangled up in things. You know, it can get through little twigs and branches, just find its way through without being sort of knocked out of the air, which is quite good. So yeah, it's doing a really good job following him. I'm just going to pause it here, and I'll probably fast forward onto the next little test. I think it's passed this test all right. So here we go, he's landed it in his hand again. It's recognising his hand, just put your hand underneath it and it turns and then lands in his hand. Now it's going to show you the app. So he's going to control it on his phone screen now, so he's connecting to it there, look, with his phone app. It's showing you all in Chinese, I don't really understand that. But yeah, that looks familiar, that's the Fly app. But notice the little icon thing there is showing you around, so you get like a top-down view of the person. So, and you can say which position you want the drone to be in front of you, behind you, to the side, or you know, back and to the left. And then you can tell it which height as well, so you can go up or down. That's always a nice little feature. So he sort of has it following him from the front now, which is always a tricky one. So it's using those sensors at the back, the top and the bottom, to like detect obstacles and avoid. This is always a really tricky one for a drone to fly backwards. I think it gets a bit confused at this wall. It sort of stops at the wall and it doesn't really know how to go around, which is understandable, to be fair. It's quite a tricky task for a drone to sort of work out that's a corner. There, it's figured it out there, I think. I think if it carried on walking around that corner, he probably would have made it round. So it's gone around to the side there, just missing those trees. So yeah, he's telling it to follow him in front again. So it's quite good how it's skirted around those trees and things to get around. Now he's sort of moving it. Oh, is that going to swing around then from the back? Yeah, that's sort of swinging around, look. That's clever. As you're walking along. Yeah, that's really good. He's telling it to walk behind him. So if it's in the front, it'll slowly go around. So yeah, that's a really nice feature. You can sort of pick and choose where you want the drone to be as you're walking along with the phone. So you're saying I want it to be in front. Oh, it's going. Oh, it almost went over him then. Yeah, I don't know where to go now. Yeah, that was right. It was in front of him, wasn't it? Yeah, that was right. So he's testing it off a building to see if it recognises the drop. That's sometimes a problem when you take off from a high position and there's a bit of a drop in front of you. You know, how's the drone going to react? Is it going to recognise the drop? Is it going to adjust altitude? Is it just going to fall out of the sky? Or is it just going to carry on at the altitude it launched at and understand that that's its, you know, that's the altitude hold you want it to be at, even though it's recognising there's a big drop. So that's a good test. And look, because a lot of people will be doing that when they're using it. They'll be going up on top of the hill somewhere and they'll be flying it off a cliff or off a balcony or something on holiday. So look at those heat sinks. There's lots of heat dissipating fins there. It's meant to have like snowboard mode, bicycle mode, running, car, stuff like that. Different ways to follow you basically. This is quite a good test here as well, where he's overlooking the sea, the beach and stuff, and there's another drop there, look. It's quite high up here. And it just goes straight out, manages that fine. So this is, I think he's using the control here. This is the Fly app. Yeah, so you're getting a lot of the telemetry, look. You're getting the map in the left-hand corner. It's just like the telemetry you'd find if you were flying the Mini 5 Pro and stuff like that. So you get all the same features. There's the home, return to home feature. It's using the augmented reality sort of, the path, the home, return to home path, showing you which way it's going to go. It's just seeing if it'll go out the same way and come back, you know, come back the same way it went out, sort of thing. That's what it's testing. But it's got all the obstacle avoidance, so it'll, as it's coming down, it's going to recognise any obstacles. But it looks to me like it's followed the path that it went out, which is quite clever. I don't know if it's actually got that feature. Yeah, he wants to see if it'll land back on the helipad in the right position. So it's doing a good job so far. It's just a bit to the right, but it's coming down. Maybe it'll adjust as we go down. Yeah, it's adjusting, look. It's moving over. I think you move the camera there just to... oh, it's filming it come down, look. Yeah, look at that, that's really good. Absolutely spot on. Right on the H. I'm not really bothered as long as it comes back. A lot of people sort of fascinated by, you know, how close to the launch point does it land. But as long as it, to me, as long as it comes back, I'm not really bothered. It doesn't have to be exact. So this is really good. He's showing you some of the little, are they flight modes, templates or something? Yeah, I think these are the, you know, how close it's going to be to film you and things like that, like a selfie shot thing, close up, group, 2 of you, things like that. Yeah, it's in a really good location here. So you can imagine it's going to be quite windy here. It's on the coast, isn't it? It's quite high up. And it doesn't seem to be affected by the wind at all, really much. So it's doing really well against the wind. Yeah, and when it flicks to the camera on like the Neo 2, look. That looks really nice. And showing you some of the settings there in the Fly app. This is just with the phone control. So Remember, with the phone you always get like a little cut down experience compared to with the controller. These are really good features. I've used these spotlight modes and things like that, and tracking modes, and you can just put the Neo up and it'll sort of keep it in one place, and it'll turn around and track you. If you move around, it'll follow you. There's a display on the front left, the camera, little info screen. So that's really useful. So he's on a bike now. He's going to do a little bit of following him behind the bike, which a lot of people will be using this for. So we're in amongst some trees. It's quite narrow. There's a few obstacles, corners and things. And it's keeping up with him. Look, he's going quite fast, look. I mean, he's going downhill as well, and he's pedalling away. Yeah, that's plenty fast enough, isn't it? So that if you were running or you were walking, that's going to follow you, isn't it? And it might struggle to keep up with a car or a motorbike, but... So he's showing you the transmission aerials on the back. And it's saying he's got like a racing mode and a photography mode. Yeah, I like the build. The build looks good, and the camera, the 2-axis gimbal on the camera. And I like the info screen and the LiDAR sensor. And then you get the little LED indicator just to the right of the LiDAR sensor. So telling you can set the tracking distance and things like that. Near, far and medium and stuff. Up, you know, high, low and medium again. You can do all that. And you can set the altitude as well, which is good. It's all on the info screen on the front. You just use the buttons on the side, look. Up, down, select, I'm guessing. 2-axis gimbal, look, really steady camera. The cameras are always good on these DJI drones. I've never had a bad camera yet. They just get better and better. I mean, for the size of the Neo and the price point, the camera on it is... Everyone says, oh, it's got a rubbish camera on it, but with a little bit of tweaking, honestly, you can put it against a much better drone's camera, and you'd be hard pushed to tell it apart on YouTube. Look at that, it's beautiful footage, really steady look. Look at the depth of field there you've got in there. Yeah, that's really nice. It's a little bit blown out in the distance, but yeah, expect that at this sort of price. It's a really good sort of parallax effect as well. I like those sort of shots where you get something in the foreground and there's something in the background, and you give the video some depth as well. So we're doing a bit of turning the drone and sort of panning the camera a little bit. It's a good shot. Yeah, it looks like a really nice drone. So this is the motion controller that you can hook it up to as well. The motion controller 3, the goggles 3, and the goggles N3 as well, which are the cheap ones. I think there is an FPV kit where you get the goggles N3 and the motion controller as well, but that's quite a bit more expensive, £500 and something in the UK. So I think I'll be getting the Fly More combo. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about this drone, whether you'll be getting it. Have you got the Neo? Are you not impressed by this? And also, while you're there, could you please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and come back and watch these videos, because it all helps the algorithm, helps my videos get out there. And I'm just trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. I was trying to get there end of last year. I was about 2,500. I had sort of a growth spurt on my channel, and it slowed down a lot. I thought I was going to make 3,000 last year, but I never made it. So this year's been another slow sort of crawl up to this 3K mark, and I'm almost there. I'm not far off. So if you could just push the subscribe button, that'd be really helpful. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye bye for now.